back to another video, and today we're going to be unpacking this package that I just got in the mail. So let's get started. I'm just going to cut this open right here. I'm very excited for what is in here, so you know exactly what I ordered. Let's take the first look at it. Wrapped up pretty nicely. And here it is. It is a hallucigenia, and it is from the Dino Horizon. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'll put it up on the screen in editing. With Dino Horizon, part of the Cambrian line. Well, First Life line, and this is the hallucigenia. Let's take a look at it and start the review, I guess. So first, let's cut open this part down here. These are very hard to find. It took me about a few days to find this, but I was able to find the hallucigenia figure. And here it is in wonderful condition. It has a very nice blue color on the top and a nice kind of white color on the stomach. It also has many legs and many spines. A nice end of the head and the tail. This is a older style hallucigenia, so this is before scientists really knew which end was the head and which end was the tail. But now we know this end is the head and this end is the tail. But this is the hallucigenia. I believe it comes apart. Yes. So it comes apart. Here's the this end, and then this end, and then when you do that, it is a figure, and it is in a few parts. And here are the 3 parts. So if you were to get this figure, you would have to put it together usually. Put the tail on, and the head, and put it back together. This figure is kind of simple, so it's a little bit tricky to review, because there's not much detailing. It's mostly just purely smooth, and it has a little bit of like kind of hand-like appendages at the end of its feet, and it has some spines. I guess let's start the size comparison, because there's not really much more to say about this figure. And the first thing we will be sizing it up to is a Dino Me card Anomalocaris. So here's the Dino Me card Anomalocaris. It is about the same size as our hallucigenia. They both look pretty nice together. They kind of contrast each other really nicely. And I guess let's move on to the next size comparison, which will be a Mattel human. This figure is not too big compared to a Mattel human. It's about half the size. This is about how big it is compared to that. Next is a custom hallucigenia that I made. Here's one that I made. The video of how to make that may come out. I am still trying to figure out how to transfer the video because I filmed it on a different device. But here it is, which they're about the same size. Mine is a little bit taller, and the Dino Horizon one is a little bit longer, but they're still both about the same size. Also, since we know what end is the head and which end is the tail, I kind of had the head end actually be the head end this time, so we would go like this for the hallucigenia. Next, we should measure this figure for if anyone's wondering how big it is. It is about 3 inches. I'll bring in front of the tape measure. But yeah, it's about 3 inches, which is a pretty good size, I'd say, for a hallucigenia. I'd imagine it wouldn't be too big. That's actually pretty close to how big it would have been in real life. Next thing we should compare this will be these custom Anomalocaris plushies I've made. These are based on a certain Anomalocaris plush, which I will probably put a picture of them on the screen in a minute. But this is what they kind of look like. He's about the same size as the smaller Anomalocaris plush I've made, and about half the size of the bigger one. Sadly, I will probably most likely not be able to find a link where I can show you guys where you can buy this figure, but I will try to find some information that I can link to, and you guys can kind of see this figure. And this is a good figure. If you see it, I recommend picking it up, especially if it's not too expensive. I got this one for about 20 bucks, including shipping and tax and stuff. But If you find it, recommend getting it, especially if it's not too expensive. And it's a pretty good 10 out of 10 figure. It's a nice little hallucigenia. See you guys in the next video. Bye.
Hello there. I'd like to let you guys know that, well, let me show you. We've got merch. So, please buy some merch.